Shawty Bays. Hope everyone is doing good. Hope everyone is doing great. I can't believe 2021 ended. I literally cannot believe it. Wasn't it 2020? Wasn't just COVID starting like a week ago? Can you believe we've had COVID for almost 2 years? I cannot. But this is it. This is the end. And there's nothing more romantic than dying with your sorry. Got into reading this year back in August, and I read 24 books, which is, for me, it's just a lot to read in about. If you guys enjoyed this video of me ranking all of the books, all the 24 books I read in 2021, I will be explaining the tiers to you. So first of all, we have, which is, I love them. They were my 5 stars or like 4.8 star reads. They're my babies. Amazing, superior. Go read them. Then we have,
I understood the assignment.
so these were the books that weren't 5 stars, but they were still amazing. Still read them. They were just really, really good. Then we have,
Oh, Stephen, there's one more thing I have to mention.
What is it?
I love you. Bye.
See you later.
so these were the books that were good, but like I forgot to mention I love them. I remembered later on, no, I do love them, whatever, yes. And we have,
You're done. You're done.
these were like, I read them, I finished them, and I wasn't,
Where's the flavor? Where's the flavor in this? I don't taste anything. I don't taste sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, milk, nothing. Nothing at all.
and then we have, and everything else that you fucking stand for because you were trash. Trash. I hated them. I'm never recommending them to anyone ever. Let's just get into ranking all of the books and you guys having fun with my indecisive ass. Here I will be ranking all the books I read in 2021. I read 24 books, which is a lot. So let's just get started. So the first book I read this month was back in August, the superior book, The Song of Achilles. Oh my fucking god, this book. This book was everything. I really want to reread it because I feel like I couldn't appreciate it because it was the first book I read, and I'm gonna reread it in 2022. The next book I read is another great book, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and to be honest, this was not my favorite book at that moment, but thinking about it, I really like it, so it's gonna go to Understood the Assignment. The next book I read is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This was not my favorite book, to be honest. I'm debating. Probably gonna put it here. So yeah, it was just like not my favorite because I feel like it didn't have a lot of plot. The whole book was basically world building, so I don't know how I feel about it. So the next book I read is November 9 by the one, the only Colleen Hoover. This was my first Colleen Hoover book, and honestly, I was just a tad bit disappointed at first. I'm not disappointed anymore. I like it. I'm gonna put it in Understood the Assignment. I didn't like it as much as the other Colleen Hoover books I read, but it was okay. It was great. So, the next book I read is Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and it was such a good book. Oh my god, the characters, the whole writing, everything, it was just superior. And so I will
be putting it in Understood the Assignment, or I will be putting it I don't know, Understood the Assignment. It is.
Then the next book I read is Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. a lot of people were like so excited about the ending, right, for like a book club, but the ending did not, like, I don't know, do much for me. I kind of like it was there in the back of my mind. So I put it in one more thing I forgot to mention, I love you. And the next book, oh my fucking god, let me show y'all. Oh my fucking god, this book is everything. If you haven't read it, go read it. This book made me so happy and broke me apart at the same time. This book was heaven. Okay, now, on the contrary, the next book I read is Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, which is a sequel to Vicious. Now, as much as I love Vicious, Vengeful was not it. You're done. You're done.
I was gonna put it in A, B, C, D, E, F, U, but, I don't know. Yep, exactly.
The next book I read is Siege and Storm. Also a trash sequel. Did not like it. Took me way too long to read. And for what? Wasn't even that good. So it goes in A, B, C, D, E, F, U. Okay. Next book I read is Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. This was basically a Wattpad story. What else do I say about it? So it was okay. It was like not bad. I'm not gonna put it with Siege and Storm. It doesn't go there. I'm gonna put it in one more thing I forgot to mention. I love you. Then we have The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Yes. I just started the Hawthorne Legacy, and this is probably gonna be in this rating. I don't know, but the characters, the brothers, Jameson and Xander, are everything. And Avery is being like a YA girl main character. She's not at all annoying. I love her. The next book I read is the one, the only, the legendary, the elite, Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I just finished Crooked Kingdom last night, and oh my god, Six of Crows. This world and these characters are everything. I love them so much. Like, Kaz being such a morally gray, bad, quote-unquote person, I love them. I love all of them. I love Jesper. I love Wylan. I have nothing to say about this book. This book is, just read it. Just read it. Another 5-star book I read is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this year I was really into Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read 3 books by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The book is Daisy Jones and the Six. I loved it so much. It was basically Evelyn Hugo, but make it about like 7 people. I loved it. Then I read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. Yes. I cried so much in this book. I'm probably gonna put it in I Love You for Infinity, because this book was everything. Okay, then the next book I read is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and I loved it. I haven't read a middle grade / YA, like early YA book in so long. This book was just so wholesome, and Ravi is my man. I loved Ravi so much. So this will be in Understood the Assignment. Or, okay, no, one more thing I forgot to mention. I love you. Then we have If You Were Villains by Emma Rio. I love the characters. This was basically like Six of Crows, but in like the real world, and I loved it. I loved it so much. The characters, the romance was so good. I loved it. Dark Academia books are just superior, okay? Then we have Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. And It was a good book. I know a lot of people like it, but I was just uncomfortable for half of the book. So I'm gonna put it in you're done, you're done. I was just really, really uncomfortable for half of the book.
God, when then she was gone. And A, B, C, D, E, F, U.
Okay, so the next book I read is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, and this book, Elliot is everything. I'm telling you guys, Elliot is the book boyfriend of book boyfriends. He is the best book boyfriend ever. I loved him so much. The next book I read is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This book was disturbing, but I loved it. I loved the thriller aspect added to it. It was just, yes. This will be going in Understood the Assignment.
Or the top tier. Okay, let's just do it here.
Okay, so the next book I read is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have to admit it wasn't as good as the other two books that I've read. I liked it. The characters were great. But like the ending just felt not as good as the others. And then the next book, which I only finished last night, is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. It took me way too long to finish this book. I started it back in like the beginning of November. The ending of this book was just so fucking good.
It was just so fucking good with like Jesper and Rylan staying together. And then Kaz getting her a ship and finding her mom and dad. Nataya's dying. That was not fun. It was like 5 a.m. and I'm like crying my eyes out. Life was all fun till Nataya started dreaming of Nina again. R.I.P. Nataya Calvert. We will always love you. Okay.
So the next book I read is Your Dad Will Do by Katie Roberts. So it was pure filth for about 76 pages. I enjoyed it nonetheless. It definitely taught me a lot. I do not know what to say about this. Oh my god. I'm not gonna put in A, B, C, D, E, F, U because it wasn't that bad. Really. I knew what I was getting into, so I'm not gonna discredit the book for it. I'm gonna put it in you're done. You're done. Okay, so the last two books I read were like in the last 2 days of December. I just finished one of them. It was hectic. But the books I read is The Hawthorne Legacy, which is the sequel to the Inheritance games, and I just love the characters so much. So this will be in Understood the Assignment. Like, I don't care if the plot is good or not, the characters, but the plot was good, and the short chapters, they were just yes. And the characters, Jameson, Xander, Grayson, yes, Daddy. Okay. The next book I read is Addie LaRue. It was almost like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and Six, Malibu Rising. Like, you would think this book was almost written by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I love Taylor Jenkins Reid, okay? She's just such a queen, you know? So, this will be going in Understood the Assignment. So, yeah. These are all the books I read this year. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video of me being indecisive for however many minutes straight. And do tell me what you guys read, and how many books you rated 5 stars and all that stuff in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys next year. Bye bye.